We're going to be reading some of this book that my friend let me borrow. I'm on page 42, so let's start. The king fell into his pudding with an enormous splosh, as the court jester landed with an unexpected bump. Ow! Rose and Florian entered the great hall. My Rose, cried the queen, and her true love added the king. Rose and Florian were married the next day. They lived happily ever after, and the prince would always lost at chess. The prince always lost at chess. Okay, so now we're on the next story. It's called The Empire and the Nightingale. Okay, so it starts here. The Empire of China lived in a palace full of treasures, which came from all over the world. He had beautiful paintings and glittering jewels, and even his dog wore a fine silk coat. The palace garden was so big that even the emperor never saw it at all. He never saw the little nightingale who lived in the trees, but the gardener saw her every day. He liked to listen to her sing. Chee chee cheer up, chee chee cheer up. Her songs always made him smile. One day the emperor was reading a book about a wonderful palace. The book said the emperor's garden is full of bells and tinkled sweetly. The emperor smiled proudly. But the book went on. The nightingale's song sounds sweeter than the bells. Why haven't I heard this nightingale? Snapped the emperor. Bring it to sing it in the palace now. The palace servants didn't know anything about the nightingale, but they didn't dare the empire. They searched high and low. What's a nightingale? Where can we find it? In the end, they had to ask the gardener. Follow me, he said, smiling. I can show you the nightingale. He led the servants through the garden. They walked and walked until suddenly they heard a croak. The nightingale, cried the servants. What sweet singing. Ribbit, ribbit. The gardener smiled. No, that's a frog in the pond, he replied. A little later they heard a loud moo. The nightingale, cried the servants. Moo! What a voice! No, that's a cow in a field, the gardener told them. He was trying not to laugh. In the end, they came to a tree and heard a little bit. They had heard the real nightingale singing. Little bird, said the servants, the empire wanted you to sing in his palace. Chee chee cheer up, chee chee cheer up. Such sweet music. Shh. My songs sound the best out here among the trees, said the bird. Says the bird. What? That makes no sense. But I will come. And she flew with them to the palace. The empire was enchanted by the nightingale. He ordered her to stay and sing to him every day, but she missed living in the outside among the trees. Soon the little brown bird was famous. Even the Empire of Japan came to hear her sing. Chee chee cheer up. One day a package arrived at the palace. Inside there was another nightingale. This one had sparkling golden feathers and ruby red eyes. To the Empire of China, from the Empire of Japan, here is an even better nightingale. Chee clock. When you turn a key, it sang the little brown bird. Well, sort of. The Empire was very happy. He was so happy that he forgot all about the little brown bird. She flew away and nobody noticed. The Empire played the Golden Nightingale every morning and every evening. Chee cluck! Until one day, instead of singing, it went whiz whir and key plonk. Something had broken inside. No one knew how to fix it. Now the Empire longed for the little brown bird. He ordered his servants to search for her everywhere, but no one could find her, not even the gardener. When the Empire fell sick, he lay in bed, staring sadly at his broken bird. His room was full of silence and shadows. The doctors tried every medicine, but nothing would cure him. They said he was close to death. Death? This is crazy, right? This story is really nice, but it's like really crazy. But this book has tons, and this is how much I've read. It has like different type of fairy tales in it. Suddenly, birdsong filled the air. The real nightingale had found the Empire was sick and came back to sing for him. She sang so sweetly that the shadows seemed to fade. The Empire smiled, and he began to get better. Chee chee, cheer up, chee chee, cheer up. Please stay, he begged the little bird. You can have a golden cage and all the servants you want. I prefer to live outside among the trees, the nightingale replied, and she flew away. The Empire was very sad. He asked the gardener to plant trees under his window. It will remind me of the nightingale, he said. The real nightingale, he said. The gardener watered the tree every day and it grew and grew. One day the Empire heard something flutter past his window. He looked out. Chee chee, cheer up, chee chee, cheer up. To his surprise, he saw two nightingales. They had built a nest in the tree, and when they sang, everyone in the palace smiled to hear them, the Empire most of all. And that is that story, guys. So, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, hit the post notifications, and make sure you like. Okay, so that's all for today. Bye!